All right, guys. What's up? Welcome back to Average Takes.
Welcome back.
I have missed you guys, you Padre fans. I love you to death. Um, we're getting here into the Christmas season, the holiday season. I'm drinking my eggnog, and the old Padres, Peter Seidler, AJ Preller just delivered us a nice early Christmas present, and we're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
get it right on. Let's go, baby. What's up? Welcome back to Average Take. I'm Bob, Roman,
Yes,
Trevor.
sir.
Average Takes. Xander Bogaerts, baby.
Welcome to San Diego, baby.
Welcome to Xan Diego. I don't know how much I'm going to be saying that, but I kind of like the nickname. I've kind of went off Bogey forever. You know, it was just like Bogarts, Bogey, but Xan Diego. Um, Padres, you're getting a 4-time All-Star, 2-time champion, and I think he's going to be playing shortstop. The Padres have like 5 shortstops on this team, so it doesn't take me by any surprise AJ goes and gets another one. Trevor, Padres reportedly have offered Trey Turner. He went and signed with Philadelphia. Offered Aaron Judge a nice $400 million contract.
And he ran away.
He went to New York. How do you feel about Xander Bogaerts coming to San Diego?
Well, I feel first off, I feel great. Xander is someone who was not on my radar at all. I didn't think we needed him. We did not need another shortstop, but the best thing about shortstop is they are always the most athletic person on the field. So most of the time, if they're athletes, you can place them anywhere you want. And that's a good problem to have for the San Diego Padres. We signed Xander 11 years, 280 million. Some people are wondering why do we give a 29-year-old 11 years? He's going to be 40 at the end. Blah blah blah. We're not looking for 11 years from now. We're looking for 1 to 2 years from now when we are in the peak of our I'm not going to call it a window because our owner doesn't call it a window, so I'm not going to call it a window. This is an opportunity, I guess, to get better, and the Padres pounced on it. And I personally love it. I love it.
I absolutely love this move. Xander Bogaerts, I don't know if a lot of people know this. I don't know how many times I've said this on the podcast, but the Red Sox have been my second team forever. We had Jared Krabus on the podcast. He is a huge Red Sox fan, kind of what built me and my love of the game and this kind of idea of having a podcast. He's a huge Red Sox fan. He's a huge Xander fan. I'm a huge Xander fan because, like I'm saying, the Red Sox are my second team. This guy's electric in many different ways. He, for one, plays a lot of fucking games over his career. I pulled up his numbers. He just absolutely plays games. 144 his first full year, 156, 157, 148, 136, 155. COVID year 156, 144, 150 last year. That is not having an IL stint. That's like just having normal days off in 162 games, but that's like one IL stint in 2018, maybe when they won the championship. But this guy plays fucking games. That's what I'm trying to say. And not only does he plays games, he has a career batting average in one of the hardest divisions of baseball with 292, 356 OBP, and 814 OBS. I mean, the guy freaking absolutely hits, and his swing is only going to get foreseeable better in Petco Park. Like, it's hard to say that about a lot of people, but from going from freaking Fenway and that goddamn huge wall they have in left field to Petco, a lot of those doubles off that wall are going to be bombs here. So let's strap in. Let's, like Trevor said, they're a lot of shortstops. They're going to be able to play a lot of positions. We're going to talk about it all here right now. And kind of our idea. I got Padres 23, a whole freaking page of notes. So let's get into it. Roman, how do we feel? I haven't asked you yet. What are we thinking over there?
I'm feeling great. I feel like I don't want to hype it up too much, but I'm feeling a Xander Bogaerts MVP season, like you said, with that giant monster, green monster in left field not being there anymore. A lot of those balls are going to be bombs, and I'm expecting a big year in home runs. I like this addition a lot. I feel like Tatis can play anywhere, so it's fine if Xander wants to play shortstop. Um, yeah, big bat, 814 OPS, 292 average, 156 home runs. I mean, guy killed it so far in his playing days, and I've looked forward to his time in San Diego for sure.
Yeah.
One thing that I've gathered via the internet is people think he is a great leader. He's not very vocal, I would say, from what I've heard via the internet, but he's a good leader, and we have a young phenom shortstop who is looking for leadership in a different way. And I think this signing can also improve other guys on the team. And it's always nice when you add a stud, a 4-time All-Star, like you said, 2-time World Series champion, who's been there, done it. You're looking to be at his level, so you might as well look up to him, take some tips, get better at your craft. They always say the famous cliche saying is iron sharpens iron. So when you got guys seeing what these great players are doing every single day, can pick their mind, can pick what they're looking at, it's just going to improve everyone's game. And
Yeah,
that's what I'm really liking about Xander.
this is a big addition to team chemistry. I feel like we got basically the Dominican Republic world team basically in San Diego, and I feel like their chemistry is going to be off the charts. Everybody's just going to pick each other up, and it's going to be a great 163 game.
Xander's actually
62.
from Aruba,
62,
but like you said, we are building like a Dominican, Spanish-esque background team, and they are just gonna have vibes off the wall. Were we even thinking Xander Bogaerts to begin this offseason? Was this a name any of us had circled or even a thought bubble?
No, absolutely not.
Not a shot.
I knew AJ wanted a big bat, and
But this is what AJ does.
him going
This
after
is
Aaron Judge, I knew he didn't care who he got.
this is exactly what AJ does. Is personally, I knew we were gonna get better. I didn't know how. People are thinking, oh, let's get DeGrom. Oh, let's get these big name Trey Turner. Trey Turner would have been awesome because he has that outfield background. But then we settle for this man, and he just flat out rakes. That's all he does is rake. It's fucking nuts. It's literally crazy. He has been told he's the best pure hitting shortstop in MLB, and now we can argue we have two of the top two best hitting shortstops in Major League Baseball on our team. So it's a fantastic problem for Bob Melvin to have, and I'm glad that I am not Bob Melvin in this situation, trying to create a lineup with a bunch of fucking superstars.
Yeah, this is one thing that Bob Melvin's gonna have that he's never had before, is this impeccable lineup. I mean, the lineup is, I kind of try to jot down, but I mean, we still have a whole, my dream lineup probably right now is Tatis, Soto, Xander, Manny, Jake, and then you'd finish it with Nola, Kim, Grish. There's a DH you could plug a lot of people in there that we'll get to.
Coming from a Red Sox background, does Xander hit leadoff? Like, can he or does he?
He didn't over there.
What did he hit in the Red Sox?
No,
he hit 3, didn't he?
Yeah, he was like middle top of the order.
I
like
would love to see him take over the leadoff spot. But
I mean, he's a very good. The only thing that's Xander's very great at baseball, but he's a very, very, very good situational hitter. And I know we could say that about a lot of these guys, but he's very good. Guy on second, he's absolutely has the possibility to take it to the other side. He's just very, very smart, minded baseball player. And that's one of his like best tools he has is like his knowledge of the game and his just ability to do it. Like, it's one thing to like know what to do in the situation, but you have to also do it in that situation, and he can do both. I don't know if he's a leadoff guy. I still love Tatis in the leadoff.
Typically, how lineups are built is the third hitter is your best, just flat out hitter on the team. So personally, and this is no shot at Xander, but I think we have two players that are better hitters than Xander Bogaerts on the Padres right now. And that's saying something. That means we're pretty fucking good.
Very good team. I mean, yeah, very good team.
How many games is Tatis missing?
12.
So you
And
think
for all the
Xander
bozos
should
out
lead
there
off
that
against 12?
For all the bozos that think he's not gonna come back in 12 games, you're a fucking bozo.
Yeah, bozo for sure. I'm trying to look up his stats and by like batting order right now.
I mean, I think he's a perfect two hitter, but we're still when
we have a
Fernando
lot.
comes back, I would like to see him lead off, but he's pretty fucking good. I want to see Manny hitting third. I think Manny is that dude.
Yeah, and I would love Tatis in the 4 spot. I mean, you could Soto you could be a leadoff hitter. I mean, he walks so much. Like, why wouldn't you put him in that position?
Yes, I agree, but
like
also at the same time,
I know. Everyone says like there's a reason, and you like people in front of them.
Yeah, but it's not that. It's more like comfortability wise. Like if you've never hit leadoff before, and then you start a game, you're hitting leadoff, like things just feel weird.
So Xander didn't even bat first a single game last year because he has no stats. He batted third and fourth for them for most of the season. Oh, actually, leading off. I'm dumb. I have stats over here. He in. Let's see. What is this? Games. All right, I'll give you the stats right now. My old ass. I'm freaking grandpa when it comes to technology right now.
I think that's a perfect lineup though. Tatis, Soto, Xan, and Manny. I feel like that's comfortable, make everybody comfortable.
I mean, that sounds like a fucking run.
It sounds like a run to me.
100 at bats. He has a 282 average, 345. 10 freaking walks. Not too bad in the leadoff.
Nah, but
he's more of a batting third, fourth guy.
I like him in the 2 hole.
Perfect. I like him 3. I like Tatis, Soto can switch 1 and 2, whatever they feel like, and then Xan, Manny, third and fourth. That'd be perfect.
Yeah, I mean, you could still have Grisham if they bring Profar back.
Yep.
I don't know. This team still has a lot of moves that we could talk about. I mean, we're all saying something different because I love Tatis in the leadoff. That's what I think he's a born leadoff hitter. He loves the bright lights.
First leadoff home runs are always electric.
Yes, and he loves those that like atmosphere. He loves
motorcycles too.
So does his brother.
So does his little brother. Yeah, I don't know if all Padres fans know that news, but little brother had kind of same incident he did. Motorcycle incident.
Tatis was probably watching him do it.
Apple didn't fall far from the tree, I guess.
You can say that again. So I have a lot.
Apple didn't fall far from the tree, I guess.
You probably shouldn't say that again. So the Padres do have holes. DH is one of them. It is a very nice spot in this lineup that needs to be filled. I mean, I don't know who the Padres would plug in at a DH right now. Like as of right now, they just signed David Dahl to a minor league deal. That's probably who ends up in it at this very second.
What do you guys feel about Albert Pujols?
He's officially retired.
Retired, buddy.
Same with
You know what they say about
Would you
retirement.
guys consider DH like a day off? I feel like whoever's day off that day is, we just put them at DH. Like
So I've never thought of that scenario, but I probably am not going to be mad at it.
whoever's having an off day, you just
We
plug
just
them in at
rotate it.
DH.
It's just
Yeah,
it's like the starting rotation. There's
yeah,
a new guy every single day.
exactly. Yeah, I feel like that'd be the best. Or I
It's
mean,
not
if
a bad
unless we get a
idea,
key player, like what
but
about Drury? Can Drury be a DH?
he can,
Drury's a
but
free
he needs to
agent
play
right now.
first. But sources close to the situation think he's going back to the Padres. So I would love him back in San Diego.
Per average.
But but I don't know if you guys would want him back in San Diego.
I like Drury. I would
I wouldn't
like him
mind.
back. I mean, he's never really made that much money in his career, so I don't think it would be like a huge deal.
No, I'm thinking
I
8
mean,
mil, maybe 10 max. That's
yeah,
what I'm thinking.
so I would like
Perfect.
to give him a good deal because he's never really made more than $1 million. So I would like to be like, hey, stick around, bud, and give him a solid deal.
Yeah.
But I think the next bat we get is the last. And I think the next arm we get is the last. So it needs to be like it needs to be the right guy. Because
Yeah.
this team is pretty much built.
And
I
I'm
mean,
hearing rumblings around the Twitter sphere that JD Martinez is possibly a great fit for us because all he really does is hit the fucking ball.
yeah, I would love JD because then it brings another connection with
Boston.
Xander.
In Boston, yeah.
Another Boston guy. So he has someone who he knows and I mean, I know about these guys. JD is one of the best pure hitters in the game, and he also is one of the most knowledgeable like guys in the game. When the Red Sox signed him, he was a big reason why they did so good in 2018, and he like helped them out and like bat wise, like his knowledge helped a lot of their swings, and guys like Xander and Devers, like he helped them out a lot. I would love him. That is definitely a fit for our DH spot. But the only thing with him is that he's a pure DH only. He doesn't play first.
Yeah.
He doesn't play outfield anymore, third base anymore. He is a DH. So that is one candidate. We already mentioned Drury. Drury plays a lot of positions in the infield. I'm not too sure if he plays the outfield. I don't think we even need to ask.
He can.
He'd be a
He can.
perfect play for my situation that I was saying. Whoever we plug in at DH, he replaces at the position.
Yeah, so Drury, I mean, we've seen him on our team. We like it. He bangs. He straight up hits nukes. His first freaking pitch he's seen, our first at bat in Petco, grand slam.
See you later.
Yeah,
I was there. So it was
for
beautiful.
anyone wondering why, let's say we're not suggesting maybe Josh Bell, he signed to the Cleveland Guardians. He is no longer a free agent, so
And no longer San Diego Padres.
we really don't have much options. And Drury, his numbers versus left-handed
Josh Bell
pitching
was
was
dookie for us anyways.
career highs. So I would love him in that spot.
He hammers lefties. So that is another option. Profar, we mentioned him. He can play a plethora
Everywhere.
of positions. We had stuck him in the outfield for last year, but he could play almost every infield position. So I mean that's an idea. Will Myers.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if we can get him anything under $5 million, come back. I don't mind it.
I would love bringing him back just for the fact that I mean he's been a Padre forever.
You're loyal.
Loyalty.
And after our successful season last year, I feel like he would love to come back.
And I don't think
party's just getting started in San Diego.
I don't know if he necessarily wants money. If he wants money, then go play somewhere else. Like we're not going to sign you 20. You're not going to get 20 mil anywhere close to San Diego. So if you're looking to maybe a veteran deal, maybe a hometown discount, you get to play. Your legs get to be healthy. You can focus on pretty much hitting because first base is not that hard.
Have you seen his golf simulator? I don't think he's worried about money.
No, And I mean,
Yeah, it's
he's
comfy.
lived in San Diego
Yeah,
for
but
now
you
this
have to think
long.
about it. Like he's probably only gonna play 2 more years max. Would you rather
Have
play
money or
for
win.
play for a championship or go be on the fucking Tigers and suck?
And in a city that you like have grown up in now, like we traded him for when he was young, and now he's on the opposite side of 30, getting to where his baseball career is coming towards an end, and he's finally on a team. Like the rise of the San Diego Padres has been like the fall of Will Myers, but it has still been so good to see him. Like he was the guy, the first. Like when we talk about the Eric Hosmer move and setup, but it was all started with Will Myers. We
I mean,
traded for Will
essentially,
Myers,
yes.
What about Matt
extended
Kemp?
him to a huge deal. He was an all-star. It started Matt Kemp was that same offseason, but Will
Yeah.
Myers was like the true like starting of this story to get us to this point. Like he's the only connection left to AJ's first round at this like first shot. He tried to go big at the beginning. Went whoa. Actually, I don't have enough pieces to go big yet. Built the farm, then went big again, and now we're here where we have a fully loaded
And
roster.
now we're here, baby.
So there's a couple other guys' names who I have written on my list for ideas for DH. There's also a free agent by the name of Luke Voigt. The Nationals released Luke Voigt this offseason, and I would absolutely love to see him back. I feel like he was just getting into his groove, and then the whole Hosmer situation kind of fucked him royally. And so I would love to see Voigt get an opportunity back, and he's a guy who plays DH and he could be first base. But I truly think Cronenworth is going to be our first baseman. I don't know if you guys are on that same page yet.
I'm fine with it, but do I feel like he's gonna be it? I don't really think so.
I think he's going to be the first baseman. He plays
I
a
don't know.
great
I don't know.
defensive first base.
I don't know because
That's
you're
who.
gonna
That's
put Tatis at second. You're gonna put Kim second. If Kim
Kim
is
second.
starting, if Kim is starting on this team, there's a problem.
They love Kim. I don't understand what you don't get if you didn't. Oh, I forgot you blocked off Padre games, but they absolutely love Hassan
They
Kim.
love Kim.
He
Sure
is
does.
a
I don't
straight
care.
vibes guy. You know, half the team knows fucking Korean and shouts Korean to him when he's running the bases and shit. Like they
This
love
team,
Hassan Kim.
this team can't be built for a hitter who's 230, 12 home runs. We just can't. We can't have that. Him and Grisham are my first two players to fucking say, Smelly, get the
Ship him.
fuck out of
Ship
the
him out of
lineup.
here.
You can sit on the bench and enjoy the others just fucking raking.
I mean, you have to get one of these names that I'm throwing out there then. If you think Kim's not going to play every day, you have to get a better
We
name
need to
than some of the
trade Kim.
people who I'm.
We have to trade Kim.
Well, that is an opportunity that I'm going to talk about in a little bit because of the pitching. I think you have to add pitching, and that's how you add
Kim
pitching.
Are we
makes
expecting
$7 million.
Are we expecting Tatis to play left field?
Yeah, left or right, Roman.
I hate
know,
that, bro.
That's just what it is. You have Grisham
gonna
who's a
play
Gold
left.
Glover. I
Yeah,
mean,
he'll play left.
left is very hard at Petco though.
That means we don't sign Profar if he's playing left field.
See, that's the thing. We need a first baseman and a DH.
Yes, so Tatis has 3 positions he can be: first base, left field, or second base.
I would
And
love
our
him
team
at second.
and our team would be perfectly set. Personally, I think Xander Bogaerts is a better second baseman than Fernando Tatis would be at second, but that is because Fernando Tatis has freakish plays where he can make just plays strictly because he's more athletic than you, not because he's a better fielder, strictly because he's more athletic than you.
Well, let's go back to the Tatis at first then. He can make those plays because second base is the Crone zone. We leave Jake where he's comfortable and let him make plays at second, and then we make Tatis stretch.
Jake can make
But
plays
there's
at first.
there's also no shift anymore. So like there's not like that. I'm sure that has nothing really to do about where they're gonna play these guys, but at the same time, Jake sees the ball very well on the right side of the infield. So
Yeah.
I really don't mind him being first or second. Me, if I'm constructing the roster, I'm leaving him at second. First baseman is very easy to play, and you can just literally put someone there.
So who are you putting there?
Well, I've heard rumblings, I've heard sources speculate that Fernando Tatis may be a great fit there. But
Do you
if
truly think we extended Tatis and paid him all that money to be a first baseman?
If we expect him to be an
No.
outfielder, why not? I feel like left field is the same as first base.
No, I don't think so.
Why? What the fuck? Left field is
he's
grimy.
going to be making plays out there.
Left field, you got balls coming at you in the air. First base, the hardest ball coming at you is on the ground. You can just fucking sit on the ball, let it hit you in the chest.
I don't know. This is the story of the offseason from here on out. Is what the fuck is Bob Melvin going to do with this team?
I hope Bob Melvin doesn't fuck it up.
But Fernando Tatis has no say. If he wants to play on this team, he has to choose first base or left field.
Where that sentence right there is kind of scaring me because
it doesn't fit well with me because we know how Tatis behaves.
And no, not just that. You said this team. That scares me because a lot of people are now saying, where does Tatis fit in this team?
Yeah, because people on fucking Twitter want to trade him. They think we're getting rid of him.
Well, yeah, everyone in the world would love a Fernando Tatis on their team. That is, so I crumble that one up and throw it out the window because everyone in the world would love a Fernando Tatis. You can't trade the guy who made this like fandom. We still have people who wear the damn wigs at games. We still have like that would be telling a little kid that the Padres traded Fernando Tatis would be like telling them their mom died at this point right now. Like he's going to be going back to the biggest name in baseball as soon as those 12 games are done.
Yep.
I'm telling you, like it's
steroids.
It's out the window. Like
that was the hair shit.
But it's stupid. That is stupid. But I'm concerned where Tatis is going to play because I never seen him at second base before. I've never seen him in any other position other than outfield. But is that something that they're seriously considering?
Solve a lot of problems also.
I think he would, but I think you give Xander the first choice over Tatis right now. Because you just signed him, he's fresh. Tatis coming off what he's coming off, the shoulder, the injuries, the suspension, all that shit. He has to regain trust of every single person in that Padres clubhouse, front office, all that. The first way I would start by regaining trust is, where do you want me to play? Yep. Yeah. Where do you want me to play?
I agree.
Go ahead, put me there. I want to win. I don't give a fuck if I'm playing shortstop. I don't give a fuck if I'm playing second base. I want to win baseball games. So if Tatis is really that type of guy and his character has changed, then yeah, I don't see there being any problems with him moving, vice versa, Xander moving. But if he wants to create problems, I think that's the first decision that he'll be gone.
I don't think he'll be gone. We're stuck with the kid.
Don't say it like that.
No, it's not a problem. It's just that he won't be gone. If there's any sort of problem, we'll stick him at DH for a while and then figure it out. It's not that big of a deal. This team, though, we were a couple games away from a World Series for the first time in a long, long time.
We're there. I feel like we're there, buddy. We're not even a couple games.
We were a couple games away. We lost to the Phillies. I mean,
in that aspect, we really were a couple games away. Yeah. But I feel like with Xan, man, we're there now.
This next season, though, we are taking a team. We're adding Fernando Tatis Jr. and a Xander Bogaerts, two of the top 5 shortstops in this league, to this roster.
I would say that's pretty good.
That is like adding 20 wins because both of these guys have like a 10 WAR. So it's going to be an unreal year. But there's still question marks on this team. The last 2 names who I would like to bring up, I mean, obviously I left off on Luke Voit because I love Voit. Love the chest moss. Love the flexing, the flex cams, the chest moss, all of it. I'd love to
I
bring.
hate to repeat it, but again, yeah, Hosmer fucked him.
Yeah.
Fucked him.
Another option is Michael Brantley. Michael Brantley is an outfielder DH. He's a little older now. He used to play for Cleveland and the Astros.
Astros, yeah.
He's a very, very good hitter, but he's not really like a power guy. He's just a true hitter, baseball player. I would not be mad at getting him. I don't know how much he would really cost, but I think he would be a really good pickup at this point. Yeah, Trevor, how would you feel about Michael Brantley?
Hate it.
You don't like Michael Brantley?
No. Guy stinks.
For DH?
Nope, don't like it at all. I seriously want someone who strictly hits fucking nukes.
Well, have you
I want a
that are
220 hitter. I want a 220 hitter, 30 plus home runs.
so
210.
Voit, Luke Voit?
He can't hit 30 home runs. I'm sorry, he can't.
I mean, what did he finish with? I mean, we
Less than 20.
We kind of fucked him, and then I thought he went on a little.
Michael Brantley hit 5 home runs last year.
Yeah,
He
Brantley's
does
not
no
a home
good.
run hitter. That's what I was saying.
Batted a 288 average.
Voit hit 226 and 22 bombs.
I seriously need 25 or more. I will cut that down to 25 or more, but I want someone who hits 210, 220 with 30 or more bombs. And the best thing about AJ Preller is that is acquirable anywhere. Trade, free
Be a
agent.
trade, I guess, because the names I threw up there, I don't think any of them hit 20 plus bombs. Because my next name was Trey Mancini.
Do we have enough money for Carlos Correa?
Which I don't mind. I don't mind at all.
You
Trey
don't
Mancini,
mind Trey Mancini?
no, because he hits about 250, 260, and he's about 20 home runs. The
Yeah.
reason why the average goes down is because the home runs increase. If the average goes up and the home runs can come down, that means you're getting on base more for other guys to have opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, his numbers fell off once he got traded from Baltimore to Houston. But he was on pace for a really good season. But he hit 35 one year, 2019, 291 with 35 bombs. Before that, 24,
Yeah, that's
24
insane.
bombs.
That's insane.
Yeah, so I mean, I still think he's a good player in this league. I would love a Trey Mancini.
What about a
But
Brian Reynolds?
the only thing I'm worried about after all
From the
these
Pirates.
players,
He just requested a
we
trade.
need like the perfect ideal position is a left-handed guy who just absolutely hits nukes because we have a lot of right-handed hitters, a lot. And right now, our only left-handed players are Soto and
Jake,
Grish and Jake.
that's three.
We need none of those guys are besides Soto.
Howard.
Jake and Grish are not hitting 30 bombs.
Yeah, no, they won't hit. They won't touch 30. That's for sure.
Or we just need someone who's strictly just the clutch guy, as that clutch gene.
I think that's going to be Xander on
Veteran.
this team now. I think that's going to be Xander's the clutch guy, the situational hits, the doubles when we need it. I think that's going to be him.
I'm excited to see him in a Padres uniform. I love that he's wearing number 2. I'm interested in seeing what Grish is going to be because 3 is locked up by Bob Melvin.
1 is free now. No Gore.
Yeah,
I can
1
turn
is
my Gore into a Grish jersey, kind of. I don't know what I'm going to do with a Gore jersey after only 10 starts in a Padre uniform. But now with that transition, I want to transition to the pitching because we've seen Clevenger go to the White Sox. I'm not mad about that one. I would have flicked him if I could have, because he was not the same Clev at all. Like that trade was a waste, even though I didn't like anyone we traded anyway. But that whole deal was just brutal. Whatever.
that trade was just a big let's get rid of Austin Hedges.
Yeah.
You said yes to Austin Hedges. Perfect. Accepted.
Yeah, but it helped that Cleveland team. I mean, that Cleveland team with Naylor and some guys.
Owen Miller.
Yeah, they got some guys from us. So that trade definitely sucked on our part. With him and Tommy John, and he just was never the same. But this staff is going to be unreal again because it's led by you, Darvish, Blake Snell, and Joe Musgrove. That three-headed snake is definitely going to be lights out.
Yeah,
But
who
then
do you
the back end is question marks because we have Nick Martinez, and then the number 5 is a big old question mark.
yeah. Who do you think is our ace? Are you
Joe.
still saying Joe Musgrove?
I mean, our ace is
Yeah.
you, Darvish.
Darves?
What did
Because
he
I
do in the
saw on
playoffs?
MLB today, and it said best duos for starting pitching pairings, and it was you, Darvish, and Blake Snell, and I was like,
Yeah, I don't think that is right.
do you know we have Joe Musgrove, right?
Their MLB is still not on the like Joe Musgrove is a ace bandwagon.
Weird. That is weird.
It might be a San Diego thing because we're clicking the San Diego to him and trying to put him into that spot, but they still figure him as the number 3 guy in our roto, which is kind of weird. But I'm a huge Joe Musgrove fan. Love the guy. But like I was saying, number 4 question mark. We have a couple guys. Adrian Morihone, maybe. I know we've been using him as
He
a
can eat
bullpen.
innings. He can eat innings.
He could eat innings. We might have a piggyback situation probably. Then we have Ryan Weathers, friend of the pod, Ryan. Very young, didn't get much
Raw.
time. Very raw, didn't get any time in the bigs, I think, last year.
One start against the Cubs.
One start. Yeah, so that's a question mark. Then Jay Groom, who we acquired last year from the Red Sox organization, he actually
Who?
finished his season with us in our AAA team and was actually relatively good with our team. And they went to the championship and he pitched pretty well. Padres went and signed Julio Teheran, former Braves ace. That's a couple years past though.
We have Julio Teheran,
Julio Teheran is a San Diego Padre.
or sorry, Julio Teheran.
Yes.
When did we sign him? I don't even.
We signed him to a minor league deal before the big news.
Stinks. Fuck. That's shitty.
So there's some question marks. We don't really have a number 5 guy. Kodai, or however you say his name, just announced, middle of recording this, that he's going to the Mets. Signed a 5 year
dog shit money.
5 years, $75 million to the Mets.
Chill.
The Mets payroll, fellas, is now at a standing $350 million, but after the taxes, because you remember, over 10%, 20%, 30% tax, you go into different categories, but they're maxed out. So they are taxed at 1.5. So they have a payroll of 421 million this year, basically.
421 million.
Holy fucking shit, Mets.
If you don't win a ring, you are fucking poverty.
Frank the fucking Tank isn't allowed to fucking scream at them anymore. He is not allowed to be angry. Because
Why?
they have $400 million payroll.
You know that will never. You know that will never happen.
I know that'll never happen, but this team has the highest payroll by over $180 million. That is insane.
Yeah, that is a lot of money for guys who are 39 and older. That's pretty good deals, if I'm being honest. Scott Boras, you're a great agent.
Are we worried about the Mets?
No.
I mean, we beat them in the wild card round, 3 games. We took 2. No DeGrom no longer for the Mets. They went and signed
Verlander.
So now they have the old Detroit 1-2 of Max and Verlander.
Yep, 20 years later, who would have thought?
Who would have thought they were reunited and it feels so
Feels so good.
good? Yeah. I don't think they're going to be that good. They're both 39 years old. Like Trevor said, 20 years later is like an understatement at this point. It feels like they're both still good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Verlander's coming off a Cy Young award and a World Series championship. Going to be joining the Mets. They lose to Grom though. That is huge.
Father Time gets everyone, though. Everyone. Father Time is undefeated. It's never lost.
Father Time was already getting them as well too. Like even last time, what was it? Last season, DeGrom didn't pitch that much. Max Scherzer was hurt. Like, I mean, we're gonna be dealing with this all year with those
I mean,
guys.
Max Scherzer couldn't even beat the Padres
Love it.
in New
Love
York
that.
when stuff mattered. And you know what other team I'm not scared about?
The Dodgers.
The Los Angeles Dodgers. They are our little fucking brothers.
Yes,
They are
sir.
our little brothers, roster-wise, talent-wise. Yeah, you may be able to bully us in the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, when things actually fucking matter, you're a little fucking brother to us. You've never beat us in any division series ever. So we're 1-0 in that category. Do you know what that sounds to me? We've never lost. You've never beat us, and you never will.
Um, yes, the Dodgers have been left right out on these free agents, man. They can't even sign the little guys, the Kevin Kiermeyers of the world. You're telling me the Dodgers lose out on Kevin Kiermeyer? Wow.
Yes.
They're saving up for Otani.
Code?
For
No,
who?
Otani.
They are Roman. They are Roman. They are.
they
I
are
know.
the
Inside
Dodgers.
That's what I'm
sources.
saying.
Inside sources, yes, they are.
No,
Yes,
that
they
is
are.
correct. The Dodgers will probably not spend this offseason because they still have a Trevor Bauer situation they have to figure out. They still have guys on that team. Like, don't get me wrong. They'll still be good. But they are going to be opening up their payroll probably next offseason. You know, Shohei, I think Devers, there's guys that are going to be free agents. So if the Padres
Did
having a crazy year, the Dodgers are going to build up. Don't think.
did Dansby sign yet?
No, Dansby has not signed. Dansby, Correa are still out there.
So personally, I think they have no other option but to sign Correa. But if they're gonna ride with Gavin Lux, go for it. That's fine by me.
Well, Ken
Because
Rosenthal had a report this offseason that the Dodgers ownership is staying away from Correa because they feel like the fans would have an outlash against that. Like they don't think that that's a good mix. They don't think he would be a good fit on this team.
hell no, he gets booed every single time he's there.
Yeah,
Every
even
single
the
time.
players, those Dodger players got screwed over in that 2017 situation where the Astros were found for cheating in that championship like run. And so that's probably a cold taste still in their mouth with that human. Like, so I don't think that situation happens. They're more likely to sign Dansby if they're going to, but I don't think they will either. I think they're
They
going
might
to
get Carlos Rondon.
I think the Yankees want Rondon. I would like Rondon. I would really like Rondon on this team, but I don't think we're going to shell out another 7-year, $280 million.
Isn't he older though? Rendon's older, right? Or no? He's 30 now.
I don't know how old he is. I could look that up real quick, but I know he was looking for a longer deal.
Because last year he signed the 1 year with San Francisco, and usually 6 years is your free agent limit. Most guys come in about 20, 22, 23. So 29, 30 sounds about right.
Correa about to go to
Yeah,
the
so he
Giants.
is 30. Happy birthday, Carlos Rodon, December 10th. Wow.
Oh, happy birthday.
Wow. Happy birthday, Carlos Rodon. That's crazy. Baseball Reference literally has a happy birthday and
Another year older.
another year. So he just turned 30, so he will be going into his age 30 season. So yeah, he's looking for, a deal that'll end his well, that'll finish his career, not end his career, but a team that will
Jesus.
finish his career on. Drafted by the Brewers. He was great with the Sox, and then last year with the Giants had a great year, 288. Mowed us down one start, man. I went to the game and he pitched the entire game and just completely mowed us. Had 31 starts this year. Is coming off back-to-back great seasons. So I don't know. We'll see where he ends up. He wasn't the best in his early days with the White Sox. Kind of got into it when he started throwing that high cheese. You know, he relied on that high fastball. How long will his fastball have life for? You know, that's the only thing that sucks with the fastball type pitchers. If you pitch that high fastball, once you start getting older, your miles per hour falls.
And
That
they start
pitch
becoming home runs.
becomes easier to hit. That high cheddar becomes long balls. So how long is that lefty's arm going to be good for? You know, that's scary to me. Scary. I mean,
You guys
hell,
think the Padres-
Kershaw's only like 34, guys. His arm and back are like off a wagon at this point. And then you got guys
You know
like
what they say.
who are 39. So it's
No, it's good for shoulder pain, right?
Yep.
You lick my nutsack.
If you lick my butthole,
Oh, sorry.
my butthole, not my nutsack.
Do the Padres sign
Weirdo.
Seth Lugo? Question mark from the map.
Lugo is in reach. I don't know if I like Lugo though.
62 games, 3 wins, 2 losses, 3.6 ERA, 65 innings pitched, 69 strikeouts.
He can stay on the Mets.
Yeah, I mean he's a relief pitcher. Right now we have 4 pretty good relief pitchers that I think we're just gonna stick with. I don't think we're gonna add to the pen because we have Hader, Suarez, Pomerantz gonna be full go this year, and then Luis Garcia.
Do we make Nabil a starter?
Nabil a starter? No. Nabil is Nabil. That's what he is.
I feel like he's basically the same as Adrian Morejon.
No, Morejon's electric. He has electric gas.
So is Nabil.
No, Nabil is just
Nabil is a situation
Craig
guy.
Stammen.
When he came in for Blake Snell, tell me that was not electric.
Dude, that was in April.
Who fucking cares?
April. I care.
That's when we need him is in April. We don't need him in fucking
It was
October.
literally the first week of the season, Roman. They had no idea who he was.
Electric, buddy.
How do you remember that game?
Because he's a stud.
Because you know what I remember about Arizona? Giving up a walk-off fucking bomb first game of the year
on National Beer Day. I'll never forget it.
Robert Suarez?
Bob Suarez. Fuck.
Love it.
I thought that was going to be the perfect 30 for 30 intro when Shenny said that at the beginning of the year, and I thought the season was going to end with the World Series championship, and I thought that 30 for 30 documentary is going to be the best thing I've ever watched in my entire life.
Well,
and then the events that transcribed after that, Fernando Tatis takes steroids, retrade for Juan Soto. Yeah, that 30-30 would have been very fucking entertaining.
I mean, still this season, I mean, hey, if the 23 team wins a championship, that we got to have a 2-year long documentary because this has been a wild ride for us Padre fans.
I need more baseball documentaries. Like The Last Dance, I need more of that. I need guys in the clubhouse filming at all times.
I need a Padres one though. That's the thing is it's not just any. I need a Padres championship and then me to watch the parade tapes.
I need a Hard Knocks in MLB. That would be lit.
Maybe we go and spend some time out there in some spring training this year, boys, and go fuck around.
No, we don't fuck around. We just handle business.
All right.
We just handle business. Because that's what we do. We're average takes. And we just handle fucking business. So I hope you're still listening because Jared Carabas is about to join our podcast. Next time you're listening to us. We're in negotiations.
Who knows?
Yeah, we're in negotiations.
But this podcast was to welcome Xander to the Padres. This guy's had a great career for the Red Sox, has 5 Silver Sluggers, like we said, 4 All-Stars, 2 championships. One of them he was very young on and was not really like his team, but the other one he was a big piece in. But I could have never imagined this because I did not see this situation coming. But hey, he's 30, 1,400 hits, 156 homers, 292 career batting average, 35 WAR. I mean, who wouldn't want this guy on their team?
For the casual fans who have no idea what Bob just said, I'll sum it up for you. Very simple. He's pretty fucking good.
Pretty fucking good.
And for the people asking what position he plays, he relatively only has played shortstop in his entire career. They tried him at third base a little bit back in the day, but it didn't work. He's not a third baseman. He's a shortstop. So we'll see if they move him around or they move Tatis around or what they do. But that's going to be the true talks this offseason.
I'm glad I don't have to make that decision.
Me either.
I am glad.
For sure.
Me either. But I do love Tatis. I would be heartbroken if he was traded. I just wanted to put that out there. But I do not think that would happen.
He said he won't.
I do not think it happened. I do not.
Don't lie to the audience.
Don't put it into existence.
Yeah, don't lie to the audience.
I do not think it will happen. But good. Big trust, though. I trust AJ Preller. I trust Peter Seidler. Peter Seidler said this team's budget expands with championships, and that's what their goal is. And we're not done yet.
No. Like I said earlier, the party is just getting started in San Diego, baby. And
hasn't even
I hope
started.
you guys are strapped in.
That NLCS
Got the
season
party
last
started.
year.
Got the party started.
No, there's nothing. That was just a little icing on the cake.
That was pregame.
Oh, icing on the cake. No, that was
pregame.
That was like the first crack of the beer.
Yeah, icing on the cake is the end, buddy.
No, the end
You
is
don't
when you
start off putting icing on a cake.
No, the end is when you digest the cake. When you eat it, you're that's good cake.
But you said putting icing on the cake.
Yeah, I haven't even tasted the cake yet.
Cake is not even out of the oven yet.
Okay, all right. Let's cut that. Let's cut that part.
All right, guys. Nothing wrong with being average. I got everything I wanted off my chest. We're gonna have to hit you with another one talking about all the free agent moves and pinpoint those ones. But go Padres! I love the Xan Diego
Padres.
chance already. Hey, goal is
to
now
be a
to hang the
Padre.
banner. That's all it is to it. Hang the banner.
World Series or bust. It's a great mentality to be in, and I love being a fan of a team whose motto is World Series or bust.
I just love being a fan of a team with an owner who is a fan of the team and loves spending money and is a fan of the team. Not too many owners are fans of the teams.
Yes,
That's
sir.
just what it is. They're in it because of the money.
Can you name a couple teams?
Huh?
Can you name a couple teams who you may think that?
Teams like the Guardians, that owner owns multiple sports franchises and doesn't put anything into it. Boom.
All right, so hey Guardians, fuck you. Spend some money.
There you go.
Spend some money.
All right, nothing wrong with being average. Love you guys.
Yes, sir. Go Padres.